Right, we do have XiaoShuai. And in the top left we do have Bisu. Now, as we just read up on, XiaoShuai needs to, or seems to be someone who has extremely diverse build strategies, build orders, and a little bit lower APM. You can already see this happen here. It's like 370 for Bisu and only barely scraping at the 300 for XiaoShuai. It's still very high, to be honest. Now, this XiaoShuai man seems to be one of the strongest, if not the strongest, Chinese player currently. Specifically in this year and the last year, he really asserted a name for himself and he broke the, until that point, strongest Chinese player in Mihu. And kind of snagged his spot because he won most of the major tournaments. I think he won, what does it say, 5 out of 9 or something of the most recent major tournaments. Yeah, I read up on Mihu like years ago, so I knew Mihu already, but I haven't known this guy yet. Gonna be interesting to see what he can bring here against Bisu, definitely one of the strongest, if not the strongest, Protoss vs Zerg player in Korea. So much experience, so many builds, so many games. It's insane. I mean, this man must have been playing so many StarCraft games. How many? How do you even count this? It must be over 1 million at this point, right? Thousands of professional games. How many practice games? Insane. Now, XiaoShuai is taking his natural base down here, and he's going to go for a third base location immediately, so going up to 3 gases as fast as he can. And we see a Zealot opening here from Bisu coming in. Mr. Xiao, I'm just going to call him Xiao at this point, it's easier. The Xiao has to defend this hatchery. He sees another Zealot come in, and he's going to try and dog that with the drone, man. Very ballsy move here. If the Zealot turns around and hits it, yeah, there we go. The drone needs to be quite careful. But 2 Zealots could potentially break that base, so needs to be careful here. Yeah, the base is gonna be broken, and that's a lot of money that just went into a cancel and a lot of time. We do see another base attempt here at this basically different location. It's the same idea though, it's the same place, it's just on the other way, and he's gonna kill this drone even. Very nice boxing here by Bisu. He's gonna have a forge. This forge is super far forward, by the way, but this should wall this area, and now he has these. I don't think he can walk through this, so he can hit the forge though. He's gonna throw down a cannon. This is only links, there's no Hydra bust coming in. Bisu's, in my opinion, a little bit too straightforward here. Going into the natural. If he would have scouted for the other third base, he might have been able to do another break attempt there. But he did greatly delay the tank from Xiao, so the base. Did I say the tank? I don't know, man. So yeah, really good delay here. 4 Zealot move out. Bisu always trying to be the aggressor, loves to be active on the map. Trying to get any edge he can. And he will most likely show us his DT style. He's just a super active player. That's Bisu in a nutshell. He has a unit, he will utilize it for aggression. If you would put like a player that's similar to Bisu and the same race in StarCraft 2, we'd probably give give it to Hero. I'd give it to Hero. Hero is maybe a little bit more chaotic, but every unit he has, he will utilize for aggression. And it feels like this is the same with Bisu in this matchup specifically. He's super aggressive, he's super decisive, and yeah, if it works, it looks amazing. Now he's gonna come in with 5 zealots, it's gonna hit this hatchery. There's only drones in these eggs. He's actually gonna fall back behind the minerals here. He's gonna play this very safe. Gonna make this as cost efficient as he can. He wants to have a lot of vision here, is what this is telegraphing to me. Now Hydra Den is coming in. We do see the range upgrade already being researched. And so far this is a 3 hatch Hydra approach here. But this should not be a bust attempt. I don't think it's gonna be a bust. Already see the first Corsair here. Zealots are just camping behind them in roads. Bisu is scary as hell as a concept by itself. Dude is a well-sharpened sword. Yeah, indeed. Couldn't agree more. Quite insane what he manages to pull off with things that other people just don't. While they have the same amount, the same stuff. They can't do it, and he just can. Now he still needs to scout this. For now, this is a 3-base Hydra. A 3-hatch Hydra. And he sees the first Hydra. This should trigger cannons. He needs to throw down more cannons. He cannot hold this with only 1 cannon. I mean, it's only 8 Hydras. Or I guess it's 10 if you include these 2. But you'd never know. The Zerg can just hit a switch and then just flip it on. And make extra Hydras, right? We need to see extra cannons, or this is gonna be broken. There we go, 1 cannon so far. He's kind of reading this as a fake. I think it's a fake as well. I don't think he's gonna commit to this really. But indeed, he's currently only making units, so he probably will adjust to whatever he sees from these eggs. Yeah, the bust is gonna start. He's only making units. He sees another round of Hydra coming in, so he needs to throw down cannons after cannons here. 2 cannons are not gonna be enough. Is he gonna have Storm? No. This is gonna take quite a while. This might be a... Yeah, this could be a kill here. On Bisu. He's gonna get the first cannon. The second cannon is quite far behind, so it will kill some of these Hydras here. He's gonna kill the Overlord. This is a great deal. That's the only Overlord that's offensive. If he can get out the Dark Templar is already producing the first one. If he can get this one out, it's gonna be invincible. Now he can't lose the gate, he can't lose too many probes, he can't lose these warping cannons. He needs to somehow make this happen. He's gonna lose the first cannon over here. He has 4 more cannons behind this. He's gonna lose a bunch of probes now as well. This is already looking like a successful strategy here from Xiao. Now, Kors is coming in trying to kill as many Overlords as he can, but there's the defense. The Dark Templar is actually going across the map. He's saying, alright, I have a second Dark Templar here. We're gonna do this now. There we go, man. So he has 1 Dark Templar on the ramp. This could be the most clutch defense ever. If he manages to defend this, this could be the most clutch defense ever. He needs to keep his probes though safe. And he needs to keep this Nexus alive. It's so crazy, man. He's gonna lose more and more workers here. 2 DTs to defend. 1 Ling here. Trying to kill that base. Not gonna make it happen. And 1 Hydra is just walking around the Rosie here. Gonna get another swipe, and the next swipe is gonna be the deadly one. Can he get some intel with this? Can this guy provide anything here for our Zerg player? It looks cool. Gotta give it that. Hydralisks have been always one of the coolest looking units in the game, in my opinion. But it does indeed die after 1 last spit of acid. And I think he did lose 1 of the Corsairs. But he also killed a bunch of Overlords. We see 3 kills and 2 kills. That's 5 kills split between these 2 Corsairs. That's insane. He's trying to go in for another one. It's gonna lose another Corsair though, unfortunately. So DT Corsair. It's only 1 Corsair at this point. There's more Overlords down here. Oh, there's so many Overlords down here now. He had to remake so many Overlords, but there's no aggressive Overlord, so whenever there's a DT at home, it's gonna be impossible to break. That was super close though. He kind of misidentified the timing on that bust, and I feel like if the cannons would have been like 10 seconds earlier, that would have been the easiest hold ever, right? Trying to throw down a second forge. He's gonna lose a High Templar. He needs... Oh my god, he's gonna lose the base! And he's coming back with all of these CTs, and they're gonna make quick work of these Hydras. Oh! Is he gonna lose another High Templar? Oh, a misclick, I think, here, from Xiao. I think he tried to snipe that High Templar. But yeah, he does kill the base, so that's... Can Bisu recover from this? That is quite insane. If Xiao would have sent an Overlord already try across the map with a bunch of Hydras in protection against one Corsair, I think you can just do it. And I think then he would have been able to kill him. I mean, it's only DTs. That's all that's keeping him safe right now. He's still not gonna bring an Overlord. There, finally we go. I wonder if he has Overlord speed. Yeah, he's gonna have it in a moment. Is he gonna break Bisu now? Is this gonna happen? He should have Storm though. We should have Storm. We do have 3 High Templars, 2 of them have Storm, and the Hydras are too fast, so we're gonna lose the first one here to some DTs. But the next CT is gonna scout these Overlords move, so he's gonna be like, oh boy, bring in the Corsairs, but it's only 1. Can he manage? I don't think so. He's even gonna fly by. So this bust attempt is gonna happen here again. More and more cannons. We do see the first Storm not killing anything, unfortunately. The T's coming in here for the trade, but the Overlord is there. First T is gonna fall very fast here. The second one is gonna stay alive, but only until now. And the last T is gonna come in here, try to make this happen. The Overlord is almost dead. He needs to bring back this Corsair. He needs to snipe the Overlord. There's a second Overlord up here, but this would open up another small window, and that's all it's about. Those small windows. There's another DT sitting down. Is this... I wonder if this is visible. It's out of vision range. Now Xiao is just gonna pull back. He's gonna go into the Spire. The Spire is gonna be found as well here by this Corsair. Now he's scouting here. We need to see extra hatcheries. There's a 4th hatchery at this point. Xiao is in such a good spot at this point. Evolution Chamber coming online here. Spire coming online. Needs to throw down a couple more hatcheries, but he could go for another base even with that. Even though it's always kind of scary to push more bases against a DT Corsair player. I mean, you already killed most of the Corsairs, right? He's gonna try to get that control. He's gonna try to go into the Spire, get that last Corsair with those Scourge, and then it's gonna be Mutas most likely. Could even be something like Guardians. That would be kind of crazy, but it could happen in a situation like this. I mean, he's not remaking any Corsairs, so yeah, there we go. Corsair is still alive, that one single one. And he's making 1 pair of Scourge right now. Oh, this could be the perfect time for the Scourge. They're gonna pop, unfortunately. The Corsair does turn around. He's gotta get sniped by the Hydras. The Scourge without a target now. Flying across the map. Can Bisu somehow recoup? He's gonna make a Dark Archon here, and he's gonna get Maelstrom. There we go. Another DT under threat, needs to walk away. No map control here for Bisu. He's trying to take a base, but he doesn't even have the money. Look at this. He's sitting at 100 minerals. And behind this, Xiao is just taking another base. He's now on that 6 hatch production. And I wonder what he's using the Spire for. I mean, why do you make it for 1 Scourge? It doesn't make any sense to me. Just make a bunch of Mutas and try to overwhelm your opponent with Guardians. Come on. Get the Greatest Spire, get the Hive, get the Guardians. And have them hit from this area. onto the natural. You can even hit from here into this gas. Denying the gas is super powerful. I don't know, I would like this map for super weird off strats here, but this is gonna be a Maelstrom Archon and Maelstrom into efficiency mode here. That was basically 4, 6, 7 Hydras for free. He spent 100 energy, 150 energy on that. But next up we're gonna have the big Lurker bust. He's just going up so many hatcheries here, looking at 8 hatcheries at the moment. Still not really utilizing that Spire. Very, very sad about this, to be honest. Could have been like a bait attempt to try and see if Bisu swaps back into more Corsairs. But, yeah, he didn't. Now, one thing you can do is you can go into more Dark Archons. But it does not seem that this is the case for most of the pro players. I mean, look at the money. This is kind of the big difference, though. Xiao is like, you saw his strength, right? But he's not really spending his money as well. And Bisu is just never really behind, above 200 minerals and gas at the same time, even. Oh, as I say that, he just makes it happen, but he's just spending so much of his money. See, he's not macroing correctly. Look at that. There, finally we go. Now he's starting his push here into the bottom area of the map, but there's lurkers everywhere. He doesn't need the observers. He did make the observatory, and there are those guys. He does have one more Maelstrom. He's gonna have the left flank here completely decimated. It's gonna be a nice break, but there's nothing to gain here on the left, as you can see. Now, Xiao is pushing into the north with a bunch of links, trying to deny this base, and that's gonna happen. He's gonna find the probe even. But if you can box in all of these links, unfortunately he does not. Most of them do make it out. Would have been a great move. He's gonna bring another probe. He really needs to get that base up and running. So now he has... Wait, he has... Oh, he's rotating the Dark Archon back all time. He just had it with his front line for another Maelstrom, and now he's having it at the exact same location as earlier. Gathering energy again. And once it's at 100 energy, he's probably gonna bring it again into his army. I love it. Lovely usage. Really well done here, playing his most valuable unit like that, basically. And that's really how you get so much value out of those guys. It's insane. They're difficult to control, they're easy to lose. But if you can use them like that, I mean, yeah, man. Maelstrom into death and a pullback. Oh, that would have been like the perfect Maelstrom, right? That's like 20 Hydras or something stacked up. Could have Maelstrom there. But Bisu's just kind of roaming the map in the middle, and he's controlling the center, and that enables him to get up his 4th base, which he desperately needs, since main is run out, natural is about to run dry. He was so long on 2 bases, the Nexus being killed off and reset was such a big deal for him. But I think the bigger issue is we look at the Zerg supply, it's 176. And he's supply block, by the way, but this is so much Zerg. It's such a deep field of Zerg. And Bisu doesn't even have the vision in the bottom left, he doesn't know if there's a base. So he kind of wants to go over there and check for that, but there's so many units set up down there. He has a bunch of Archons, he has the Dark Archon again. Maelstrom is about to be ready in a moment. Links coming into the north, but there's a Storm and a Templar and a bunch of Storm stacked up waiting for those links, so no way you can get in there. Very supply efficient defensive setup here. Love to see it. I'm kind of still waiting on that plague, you know? Still waiting on the plague. Then we finally do see the consume come up here from the Defiler Mount, but no plague yet. Kind of late, to be honest here. Would have been very nice to decimate the health of all of these goons and zealots. Now this group here would probably not be able to run up that ramp. There's too many units up there. Lurkers are starting to fall though. Bisu is starting to clear this out. We see a Dark Swarm. So he only has Consume, he doesn't have Plague yet. Plague is gonna be the next upgrade. Can he have a feedback? Yeah, he does, but I mean, it doesn't kill, so it doesn't matter because in the end, he does have another Maelstrom here in a second. He could feedback one more time, but he's not gonna. Oh no, he loses the Dark Archon. No. 07 Dark Archon, we will miss you. You were the MVP so far, honestly, of this game. High Templar's gonna get sniped by Lynx here. Can he get another one? That would be very nice. Not gonna happen. This is only Lynx here in the north. But they can come in and snipe these High Templars, man. He's just trying to... Look at this. He's forcing a storm. He does get one of the High Templars, which had to die in his own storm, in his own misery. You know? That's when you're sitting on the toilet for too long and it just starts to hurt. That happened to that High Templar there. Now, Bisu's trying to come in here for a bust. Can he break this open? There's no Dark Swarm, so the Archons are doing full damage here to these Lurkers, and the Lurker position is broken. Where are those High Templars? The goons are bugging out on that ridge, but this would be the perfect storm area. Oh my god! That storm was juicy! 13 kills on that High Templar. And now Plague here coming in for the re-damage. But this base is already kind of broken. Now Lynx coming in, can they do something fancy? We still have one more storm in the pocket after this one. Overlords trying to come for the save, but they don't have anything inside. They're gonna tank though. They're gonna tank from these dragoons. This army is gonna get broken. The base is not gonna get killed. There's only one more High Templar. Where's the High Templar? Did it get killed already? I think there's no High Templars left in this. And no AoE. No AoE means you're kind of dead. The Archon's 30 kill Archon, man. 3 HP, one shield, 3 HP Archon. 23 kills on this guy as well here. Trying to make it even more. Can Bisu break the base? I feel like this is where you try to focus fire. Then Hatchery, he's going for it now, but maybe a tiny bit too late. Oh no, he's not gonna get it. Xiao is gonna stay alive here, and the follow-up reinforcements are getting intercepted here in the middle of the map. Xiao has so much supply to work with. He's gonna kill a few of these observers, at least gonna push them out. And this base is exposed. There's no High Templar here. There's no storm. There is no storm. When Xiao is gonna scout this one, he has the opportunity to just jump on this. He has an Overlord up here in the north. He has this kind of vacant space in the middle set up. Oh, 3 of these defilers. If he could have killed that, would have been amazing. He's not gonna get it though, unfortunately. Please make another Dark Archon, please. Very nice storms indeed here on top of these Lurkers. Are gonna break 3 of them with a bunch of Lynx as well. It's gonna lose 2 High Templars? No, only 1, and this guy. Oh god! The Ling. Ouch. That guy had 2 storms pocketed still. He had 170 energy. 2.5 storm. Now this is still a minefield here. You need to be careful as Bisu. This is so difficult to reinforce. And that's a big tell as well. Seeing those drones, sorry, the probes walking over there is gonna be the information that Xiao needed in saying, alright, this is where you expanded to, right? Right? Am I right? Am I right? Am I right? Yep, he finds the base. But he also has bases down here in the bottom left. He has this base up and running. It's about to get run. Oh, it's about to get high. But I feel like he didn't remake the hatcheries. He lost 2 hatcheries, if you remember. And oh my god, that could be a nice storm here, even with drones. But the storm is not gonna happen. He does have one more storm here. Finally gonna throw it down. And Dark Swarms is like, I want to storm this so badly thing. You know what I mean? Crazy. There's one Lurker still down here. But they're zealots, they should be able to kill this Lurker. And indeed they are. One more Lurker egg is gonna get killed as well by the Archons. And this base is broken, man. Xiao is losing ground. Xiao is losing ground, ladies and gentlemen. Bisu did lose his natural base, if you remember. He did lose his natural nexus. He has 20 Archons now, it feels like. At least 7 in this group. And he has another bunch of High Templars to come in and reinforce here with more and more energy. He's making more and more. Is the Archon considered melee and Dark Swarm? No. I'm gonna give you a small explanation here in a second. After we see this pusher commands, can he break this position? Let's talk about this first. Then we're gonna go into deep dive into the Dark Swarm and its mechanics. And the Archons are starting to break this, and I think he can kill this, but can he also stop this counterattack, which is coming to the north here? Should be able to kill it. Another double hatchery setup. That's a lot of production going down here for Xiao. Xiao needs to re-up those hatcheries. He needs to get that production out again. He's peaking in money. We're looking at 1,000 minerals, 500 gas bank at this point. Another zealot interception here. So much action right now. Lurkers coming in here. A storm being thrown down. And GG's got to be called. Okay, so this is the perfect time for us to talk about what that Dark Archon does actually do. So, sorry, the Dark Swarm. So, an Archon has range, right? I think it has like 2 or 3 range or something. It's a very short range. And it has Splash. And on the Dark Swarm, range does not hit, so the main attack does not hit, but splash damage still does exist, and that still works. It's basically like a siege tank shooting into the Dark Swarm. Only the splash does hit. The actual damage itself does not connect, right? And what this means against lurkers is if the lurker is standing on top, if the lurker is standing there, it can be hit by the splash. If the lurker is burrowed, even the splash does not hit it anymore. But that does only go for... So if there is like one lurker under a Dark Swarm, right? And it's burrowed and you try to hit it with the Archons, it's not gonna happen. If there's a Zergling standing on top of that lurker and the Archon hits the Zergling, the splash from that Zergling or around the Zergling does hit the lurker below. So it's a very complicated system with a lot of kind of small things that can do a difference there, but yeah, that's basically how it works. And the Zealot, yes, you could attack your own Zealot, but if you have a Zealot, you can just attack with the Zealot, right? Because the Zealot already has melee damage, and that does always connect to the Burrowed Lurker as well. So, if you have the Zealots there, yeah, you can just break it. But if you only have like a Goon and an Archon, you could do that, yeah. It's gonna take a lot of shots though, because the Archon splash is not the biggest splash, and it doesn't connect 100%, so...